Good morning. Hello, it's Leanne Peters speaking. I'm from templeofbalance.com.au, Temple of Balance on Facebook and Temple of Balance on YouTube. And I'm here to share some guidance for Wednesday, the 3rd of October and Thursday, the 4th of October. So I trust I'm coming in loud and clear and the visual is good. Please let me know if this starts freezing because I'm sort of doing a video with my traditional camera, not live, which is the one I did for Monday and Tuesday. Then I'm doing one live. Then if that doesn't work, I'll go back to my other video camera and we'll just alternate until this freezing thing fixes itself. So good morning, Sharon and Barb and Amanda and Andrea. Lovely to see you. Hi, Rebna. So it's funny actually. What's funny to me, I'm easily amused, obviously. I was getting ready to do a video and suddenly this storm sort of came through. And then I thought, oh, I better set up inside, but my household's asleep. It's quite early here. So I thought, oh no, I'll just sit outside and in the stormy kind of weather and share with you. Okay, so we've still got video freezing, but audio is good. Okay, well, let's just get into it. As long as you can hear me okay, I guess that's the main thing. But I guess next time on Friday or Saturday, I'll use my other video camera. So keep an eye out for that. So welcome, extra special welcome to my Temple of Balance patrons, my Pillar of Light family, and all of those of you who support my work through my website. Thank you so much for your support. Yeah, I'm sorry it keeps freezing. There's something that's going on across the board because I've seen people talking about YouTube live streams. They're also having problems, and other people are also having problems with their live stream. So there's something that's going on that's beyond my internet connection, because my internet connection is quite good right now. So we'll just have some fun with it, and if you can patiently travel through the visual issues and just listen, then that would be great. If not, then hopefully it's resolved really soon. So I'm coming to you live from Tasmania, Australia. It is Wednesday the 3rd of October here at exactly 8:09 a.m. It's a bit stormy and windy and rainy, and well, not that rainy yet, but I can feel there's a few drips in the air, so exciting. So extra special welcome to you. If you're new to watching, welcome. What I'm going to be doing is using my Speed of Light Oracle cards, and I'm going to be looking for the best card for Wednesday the 3rd of October, and then the best card for Thursday the 4th of October, and then the best card for the theme for Wednesday and Thursday. I'm not doing personal requests for guidance here today. This is general guidance for everyone. So I trust that you've been led here for a reason, and I trust that something shared will be helpful and supportive for you. So let's see what comes through. I'll be as quick as I can because it's quite annoying watching a video that you can't actually watch. So I will get into it. Try not to talk too much. So let's now look for the best card for Wednesday the 3rd of October. If you can't see, I am shuffling now, and we'll see which card it wants to be. Okay, so our card for Wednesday the 3rd of October is this. We have a featured card, and it's the White Tiger, which we haven't seen for ages. It says split the deck and take the top card, other further instructions. And we've got a single card coming up with the White Tiger. Actually, it's really, really super appropriate. I'm already feeling this White Tiger for my Wednesday. So let's just look at these individually, these cards, and then we'll look at them together and look at and explore as to the reason why they've come up together. So the White Tiger, card 48, says schedule, routine, adjustment and management. This card's all about looking at how we're spending our time. And if you're in my Pillar of Light family, you will already probably know that half an hour or so ago, I did put a post up because I set my timer that I only wanted to be on Facebook for half an hour this morning to check my pages and things. And I was running ahead of time. So I'd already planned, set my time limit, if you like. I created that boundary for myself. I stayed focused and did what I had to do. I didn't float around wasting time. So I see that this card is already very appropriate, looking at it being really important on Wednesday, exploring or noticing how we spend our time and making sure that we're focused on what we're doing rather than wasting time. So procrastination, putting things off, uncertainty may not work for us on Wednesday. I mean, does it ever work for us anyway? But we might find that we can work with this focus energy, because there's a lot of focus energy around, to help us stay on top of our schedule and our routine and how we're spending our time. Now, on a bigger picture level, so not just for Wednesday, starting to rain on me, which is quite fun. So on Wednesday itself, it may be important just for Wednesday, but in general, this might also be talking about a shift to our schedule and how we spend our time. Our priorities may have changed in recent weeks. And as we change, as our life change, our priorities change. So it can be difficult to go about our day-to-day routine the way we used to when we've changed and our priorities have changed. So on a bigger picture level, this card's probably talking about how important it is for some of us to look at our schedule in general, across the board, how we're spending our time day in, day out, how we're spending our time each week. Do we need to shift things around, get rid of some things from our schedule, welcome some new things in? A lot of people are starting new hobbies, which is fantastic. So that might need to be added to our schedule. So there might be a bit of a juggle, a bit of a shift as we pick and choose or work out what needs to stay in our schedule and what needs to go. So we can manage our time well. We only need to focus on it, look at the things that we're doing and look at the time we have available and set boundaries or limits for ourselves time-wise if we need to, especially with things that we may waste time with, like social media is a great example. If we find ourselves hours have passed and we're just sitting there doing nothing much, then it might be good to set a timer for ourselves, do what we need to do, look at what we want to look at, and then get on with the things that are important. So that's time management for Wednesday. The other card that's come up with this, which is I find really interesting, is card 1, Archangel Michael, and it says truth, protection, boundaries, and courage. This talks about looking at our boundaries and where we are investing our energy. So we've got one card that says, where are we investing our time and where are we investing our energy? So what are the things that we're putting our attention into, the people that we're putting our attention to? Are we, sometimes we get caught up in our mindset that we might be thinking too much perhaps about what's going on in other people's lives, for example, or what happened to us in the past, or what might happen in our future. So where we're sending our attention, where we're sending our energy is what Archangel Michael is about, and really looking at firming up our boundaries. And it looks like working with time, so setting time limits for ourselves if that works, looking at how we're spending our time, and looking at securing our boundaries. So again, as we change, as our life changes, as our priorities change, our boundaries are going to require assessment. Where we're investing our energy, where we're investing our time, who we're saying yes to, who we're saying no to. Things might need to be firmed up time-wise and boundary-wise. And it looks like we have the energy and the support to do that on Wednesday. So if that resonates with you and works out for your Wednesday, then fantastic. Work with it. It feels great. So, thank you. Okay, let's now look for the best card for Thursday, the 4th of October. So, I trust everyone's doing well. Let me know if I am still freezing. I've got good viewers, 111. Lovely to see you all here. And welcome to all my replay viewers later on who aren't watching live. Kerry says, yes, that's me, always blinking and thinking. Need to set time limits, as you say, focus and stop past thinking. Exactly. We can get a bit lazy with our thoughts and lazy with how we spend our time. But really, every day is so precious and we're not going to get it back. So that means every moment within the day is precious. We're not going to get this day back again. So how can we make the most of it? And really look at what we're doing that's wasting our time. And most of it will probably come back to our way of thinking. See how you go. So Thursday the 4th of October, the best card. It's getting a bit damp out here. I don't know if the video's playing enough. I'm getting bits of rain settle on my hair, but it's drizzling here and it's just absolutely beautiful. My phone's protected. Oh, it's still freezing. Okay. Well, I don't know what you can see then, but anyway, I'm having fun sitting out here in the drizzle. So Thursday's card, the best card is this. And we have another featured card, and it's the Shaman. It has further instructions up here that says to fan out the deck and take another card. So we'll go with this. Oh, another featured card. We've got the Sensuality card. It says breathe deeply and choose a random card. Okay, we'll go with this. Oh, that was our card for today in the Temple of Balance group. Let's look at these guys. So it looks like we've got lots of featured cards coming up already. So much for a quick streaming. So we've got 3 cards that have come up for Thursday. They've come up together for a reason. So I'm going to look at them again separately, and then we're going to look at their relationship together. Now you might find that one card really speaks to you, or you might find all of them speak to you. There's a reason why these have all come up. So we will see. It is the Shaman is first, card 17. It says solitude, grounding, mending, privacy, and reassess. This talks about on Thursday, some of us may be feeling like we want our private time. We might feel a bit withdrawn, maybe a little bit antisocial, we could say, a little bit in hibernation. We want to just hang around in our cave. And it might be all day, it might be some of the day, but we might feel like we just want our own private time. Usually this time, although the other cards will give us a bit more information, usually this time is required to heal, to mend, to reassess our life, to reassess where we are right now, to reassess where we feel we're going. These cards and the cards for Wednesday, the cards that I've already talked about, feel to be big turning point cards. So things that we assess and reflect upon when we've had a turning point in our life. And I get this visual of us being like a pole and being lodged into the ground and pivoting on that pole and now looking at going down a new path. So some of us may have felt like we were travelling quite well down our path, and then perhaps something happened or something shifted and things pivoted, things turned, and now before we know it, a little bit of time perhaps has passed, but now we've perhaps stopped and come out of a phase that we've been in, and we realise that things are starting to look a little bit foreign, a little bit different than they did before. So it feels that with this card, the Shaman, that we're really being encouraged to assess where we are in our life. So not just how we're spending our time and where we're putting our attention, like Wednesday's card talked about. This is talking about our life now and where we're going on our journey. And some of us may require some private cave time, some private space to reassess this, because our priorities have changed. What we thought about life has changed. What we thought about ourselves may have changed too. What we thought about others may be changing. Our whole perspective has shifted. So we're looking at our things now from a different viewpoint. We've taken a bit of a shift. So it's okay to feel uncertain. about where we're going. We might not have a clear plan right now as far as for our future, but we can stay focused with what's important and what inspires us, what we need to do in the moments that move through our day. So reassessment, a time of healing, a time of mending may be important for some of us on Thursday. Now another featured card that came up with that, so these most definitely are connected, but let's look at this card separately. It's card 46, Sensuality, and it says love, breath, relationship, passion. This talks about breathing life into ourselves again, especially if we've become deflated, if we've become flat or uncertain or have no energy. And you know, maybe some of us have been feeling really focused, but others of us have also been feeling the opposite of that, totally unfocused and uncertain. So this card's reminding us to take some deep breaths and to breathe life back into ourselves again. If we were a balloon that had become deflated, let's work with our breath and just a gentleness and breathe air and life back into ourselves again, like we're reinflating ourselves as a balloon. So really gently does it, gentle movements, not being too hard on ourselves, and just staying focused on the gentle rhythm of our breath to help us feel up again with love, feel up again with a sense of connection and purpose and sensuality. So sensuality to me is like a deepening of self-love, connecting with ourselves in a sensual, loving, beautiful way. It doesn't have to be sexual. Sensuality, although the definition of it has a sexual tendency, to me I find sensuality is more acknowledging got a helicopter flying over. Acknowledging the beauty that we are, acknowledging our connections, acknowledging our relationship with ourselves. And we've talked a lot, or I've talked a lot about self-love in my last few videos. So it's again taking that energy further. So how can we love ourselves more? How can we love ourselves enough to make some time for us, to recharge, to mend, to reflect, to fill ourselves up with air again? The other card that came with this for Thursday, so we have 3 cards for Thursday, is the Shadow card. Now this card came up in my Temple of Balance group for the day. So you may have seen that if you're in the group, and anyone's welcome to be in it too. You just need to request to join. It's card 36, the Shadow, and it says shape-shifting, hidden, release, and raven. This brings a shadowy energy to what a lot of us have been going through right now or lately. A shadow, and we may sometimes feel like a shadow is following us. We may feel this shadow around an area of our life or a shadow around us. We may even get this feeling that something's following us, or we might notice how bright the sun is and how big the shadows are that are being cast. There's a dark sort of feeling in the shadows that's lurking about, and some of us may have been feeling that. Some of us may have been hiding it. We may have been pretending in a way that everything's all good and peachy and we're all right, you know, we're okay. But underneath that, when we crack open that surface shell, if you like, underneath there's shadows have been lurking. And a lot of us have been admitting that to ourselves. Some of us haven't quite yet, but perhaps will. Maybe with this information might perhaps make you realise that maybe you have been hiding how you really feel and what's been lurking underneath. So we've been encouraged on Thursday to crack through that outer coating, that shell, that mask that we've been putting over how we really feel, and tap into what's lurking underneath. And it may be scary. We may feel scared too. That may be why we've put the mask up, maybe why we're pretending in some ways. But from what I've noticed, when I have the courage to explore my shadows, I realise they're not as scary and as big and as daunting as what I was led to believe, what I thought. Our shadows, our wounded side, our wounded self wants to appear scary, so we don't explore it. It wants us to keep running away from it and keep covering it up, because it needs us to do that so it can live, so it can survive. The best energy for its survival is for us to be scared of it. So when we have the courage to crack open the surface and be really honest with ourselves and look at our shadows, look at what's lurking underneath, and look at how we feel, and look at what's holding us back and our fear and whatever it might be, it actually lessens the largeness of how it feels before we tap in. So when we have the courage to look and see, we might be confronted by what we see. It's probably not going to be an easy thing to face, because often it's parts of ourselves or our life that we've been denying. So we have to have courage to see what's there. But when we do, we can become, there's a sense of wholeness that we can become from this. Things in our life shift and adjust and change and transform, that's the word I'm looking for, as we face our shadow self with honesty, as we dance with our shadows. It's an amazing thing to do, because we can walk around being scared of our shadow, but if we open our heart and have the courage to see and welcome a sense of friendship perhaps, or a sense of dancing with our shadow, it can be really, really empowering. So there is an empowerment to this card. There is a shadowy energy. I don't personally feel shadowy energy is bad or negative. I find it, to me, it's something actually, if I notice it about me, I'm quite eager to look into, because there's something about myself that it's going to reveal to me so I can get to know myself better. So this brings shadow, but it brings shifting if we have the courage to see. We need to be honest with ourselves. It's no more pretending. But let's find the courage in our private times. These are sticking together, my cards are, because they're a bit damp. Let's find the courage in our private time, especially on Thursday, to look at breathing life back into ourselves and having the courage to face our shadows so we can shift them and bring them into the light. So our private time may be needed. And that kind of makes sense to me, because if some of us have been kind of pretending in a way to protect others, or because we don't want to go there, then we might need to look at this privately, and it's okay to do that. So let's make time for it if we need to. Let's stop avoiding it and make time. There's that time words come up again, to look at our shadows. I trust that makes sense for you. Okay, I'm now looking for the best card for the theme for Wednesday and Thursday. Did I just see... If you're talking about my Temple of Balance group... Oh yeah, I see some of you are asking about my Temple of Balance group. It should be connected with my Temple of Balance page in the community, if you can't find it. Just type in Temple of Balance and you'll find this group. This Temple of Balance page that I'm streaming live on, and there will also be another Temple of Balance that's a group, so you could just request to join. I pull cards each day, we do affirmations each day. In fact, I probably share more there each day except for videos, because people see posts more. I've got 2,000 people in the group that see more posts than 600,000. That's quite funny, isn't it? That's Facebook for you. But very welcome to request to join, anybody. I'll share the link when I get back on my computer after I've finished this streaming. So now looking for the best card for the theme. So the theme card will help us bring these days together and help us see the bigger picture for Wednesday and Thursday. We can already see a theme. There's definitely a time theme. So looking at how we're spending our time management, staying focused, working with our time to help ourselves, not wasting time so much. That's sort of coming through. But we'll see what wants to be added to that. Welcome, Marisol, our first time viewer. I trust you enjoy what you hear, because I don't know if you can see much. And please come again soon if you are new. Just request to join. Google Temple of Balance and you'll see group, but I'll share the direct link when I get back on when I finish streaming, basically. So this is the best card for the theme for Wednesday and Thursday. We'll see if it's another featured card. It is. And it's the Shaman. Okay, we've just got total featured cards. Here I was saying, I'll just be quick and all these extra cards are coming out. So let's follow the instructions again, fan the deck and take another card. We've got this. Woohoo! I love this. Okay, we've got the Chakra Activate with the Shaman, just in case you can't see. So these are the theme cards. We're going to look at these separately again, then we're going to look at why they've come up together. So we've already explored the Shaman, but I'll just touch on that again and see if there's anything else I need to add. It's card 17, the Shaman. It says solitude, grounding, mending, privacy, and reassess. This brings us a general sense of wanting our private time over Wednesday and Thursday. We might feel like we just want to be in our own company and in our safe place, in our home, in the places where we feel safe to be ourselves, especially if for those of us who are finding and building the courage to face our shadow side, to face our shadows, to find the courage to do that, we'll probably need to be in our private space. It makes sense to me that that's what we might feel. So let's embrace that. Sometimes we reject our quiet and private times because we just want to be busy all the time or be productive. But sometimes we are in those quieter moments, and it's part of the ebb and the flow and that balance, that dance that we go through each day to be in our flow. So let's do our best to embrace our slower moving times. Even if there's things that you want to get done, are there things that can wait? There's going to be some things you need to do, like pick up children from school perhaps, or go to the store and get some food for your house. There are going to be things that are necessary, maybe go to work. But there's also some things that I'm sure you will be able to put off for a day or two, so that you can really embrace your privacy and your private time that you need. So maybe you could ask for help with some tasks or some chores. Maybe you can put something off for a day or two so that you can really make time to look at what you need to look at about yourself, to reassess your life, to heal, to mend, to face your shadows. The other card that's come up with this is great. This is an uplifting card that uplifts these couple of days. It's the Chakra Activate card, card 7, and it says upgrade, new level, initiation, and celebrate. This talks about an uplifting energy, a raise in our vibration, a taking everything to the next level sort of feeling. When I drew this card, I saw this as, of course, the universe, and this energy coming into the crown chakra. So if this was our crown chakra, new energy coming in as we're being activated, if you like, to move to the next level. So through being activated to move to the next level, sometimes, in fact, a lot of the time, that encompasses looking at the stuff that's weighing us down. In the cases of what I'm talking about in this video, I've been talking a lot about our shadows. So the things that weigh us down are going to stop us from rising up. It's a bit like a bird, let's say like a pelican, that's trying to fly with sandbags hanging off its feet. It can only fly so hard. It takes so much effort for it to just try and get a bit of height because it's carrying extra weight. So as we cut our own personal sandbags, as we drop the weight that we're carrying, the load, the burdens, the shadows, the hurt, the stuff that we've been ignoring, as we drop the weight, we can fly higher. So cut those sandbags from your being, from your body, your heart, your mind, from your life, so that you can lighten your load and lift yourself up to the new level. So it's time to celebrate with this card. There is so much to celebrate. Even exploring our shadows can be a celebration for what it reveals, what we come to realize and understand that we didn't know before we looked at the shadows. Just as an example in regards to what I've already been talking about. Celebrate dropping that old weight. How do you drop the old weight? First, work out what it is. You need to know what it is. First, recognize that I'm carrying extra weight, energetic weight. So burdens, perhaps, fear, uncertainty, worry, stress, whatever it might be for you. Recognize that and be real about it with yourself that, hey, I'm carrying some extra energetic weight. I'm carrying extra burden right now. So that's the first step, acknowledging it, being honest about it. And then I would probably either explore that. So if it's a shadowy thing, I usually explore why has this been getting loud? What is this teaching me about myself? What can I understand more about me through these shadows, or more about my attitude, more about myself? And then drop the heaviness. So you can imagine, perhaps if you like that visual of the bird trying to fly with sandbags hanging off its feet, maybe you might be able to visualize cutting sandbags off yourself. Maybe you might want to step into the shower and imagine that water running down over your body and carrying away with it all that extra energetic weight that you've been carrying, as you allow yourself to release and let go. If you continue to hold on and you're not really looking at the problem or admitting to yourself that there's something that you're attached to with this, then it's not going to release. So you need to really look at this from all angles as honestly as you can. Also, working with your journal might be really helpful. So our private spaces seems very important these next couple of days, and we have the potential to take our life, ourselves, to the next level, and potential to really connect with that energy of celebration and connection and feeling a sense of connection. So I trust this resonates. Thanks so much for joining me today. I've used my Speed of Light Oracle cards. These have been created by me and are on my website now. If you want to learn more about them, please check them out at templeofbalance.com.au. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the thumbs up button. Please show us some love. Please comment or share if you're inspired to. And if you want to connect more privately, just send us a message through our website. So thank you so much for joining me today. Thanks also to my Temple of Balance patrons for October. That's reset, I guess, since the 1st of October, or we've gone into a new month on the 1st of October, of course. Thank you so much for your support, my patrons, and I'll be in touch probably over the weekend with our different rewards and the meditations and the different things, the healing lists and stuff that we do with Patreon. So thank you. It's not too late to be a part of it too if you want to be. So just have a look on my website under the family tab if you're inspired to take your connection with my work deeper. If you resonate with my way and my approach, then please have a look on my website. There might be something there that supports you. So have a look at templeofbalance.com.au. So thanks so much for joining me. I'll go and read all of your comments, but I'm about to get my hands into some clay. I don't want to waste any time today. And I'm sitting in the ceramics exhibition this afternoon from 1 to 4 if you're in the Hobart area, down at the Hobart waterfront at the Waterside Pavilion. I'll be there from 1 to 4 today and 1 to 4 tomorrow. If you are in the area and want to come and say hello, please do. So that's that. Sending lots of love from my heart to yours. I really trust that something shared's been helpful for you, and just remember, take on board what feels right or what felt right and let the rest go. So have a great couple of days, and I'll be back to share with you again real soon. Thank you too for your patience with the visual weirdness. So thank you across the board. Thanks and namaste.